The sun was barely peeking over the hills as we broke camp, our breath fogging in the crisp morning air. Yesterday's hunt still buzzed in my veins. Those 3 boars tearing through the cornfield at dawn, the old scarred male we dropped under moonlight, the chaos of the riverbed chase, and that lightning-fast takedown on the northern ridge. But the valley wasn't done with us. The dogs, Rusty and Sable, were restless, noses glued to the ground where the surviving boars had vanished into the reeds. Their tracks pointed deeper into the valley, toward a shadowed tangle of forest where the terrain turned rugged and unforgiving. Locals had whispered about a beast they called the Ghost, a boar so massive it seemed more myth than reality. Ever chased a legend like that? Something the old-timers swear by, but no one's ever bagged. You'll get raw, uncut footage of moments like these, and the same where we hunt next. We loaded our rifles, checked the trail cams, and gave the dogs a quick feed before heading downhill. The trail was faint but unmistakable churned mud, broken branches, and hoof prints deeper and wider than any we'd seen yesterday. My partner, Caleb, crouched beside one, running a finger along its edge. He said it wasn't a yearling. The spread suggested a beast pushing 500 pounds, maybe more. My pulse kicked up a notch. The dogs tugged at their leashes, whining, their hackles rising. We didn't need to say it out loud. The ghost was real, and it was close. By mid-morning, the trail led us into a dense thicket where gnarled trees blocked the sun, and the air grew heavy with pine and damp earth. Every step crunched on fallen needles, and that unnatural silence settled over us, pressing on my chest like a warning. I gripped my rifle tighter, scanning the shadows. Caleb signaled to stop, pointing to a patch of torn-up soil fresh. Too fresh. I whispered that it was circling us, urging him to stay sharp. Want to see the thermal cam footage of what happened next? Join our crew for exclusive night vision clips and raw pursuit footage. A branch snapped to our left, sharp and sudden. Before we could react, the thicket erupted. A massive black boar, tusks like curved daggers, charged straight at us, no warning, just pure fury. I fired, the shot cracking through the trees, but the beast veered, crashing through the underbrush. Caleb's shot grazed its flank, blood spraying, but it didn't slow. The dogs went wild, barking and straining to give chase. Caleb yelled for Rusty to hold, cursing the boar's speed. We sprinted after it, branches whipping our faces, boots sinking into soft earth. The boar was a shadow, weaving through the trees, its grunts taunting us. Trail dropped into a narrow ravine, its steep moss-slick walls closing in. The boar's tracks were clearer here, mixed with blood from Caleb's shot. The dogs were in a frenzy, pulling us down the rocky path. The ravine felt like a trap perfect for an ambush, but whose? Ours or the boar's? At the ravine's mouth, the tracks stopped. A shallow stream trickled through, catching the gray sky. Sable whimpered, her nose twitching. Then, a low grunt rumbled from the shadows. The ghost stepped into view, bigger than any boar I'd ever seen, its scarred hide glistening, eyes glinting with defiance. Its chipped tusks gleamed, deadly and worn. It stood its ground, head lowered, snorting as it pawed the earth. My heart pounded as I lined up my scope. Caleb whispered to make the shot count. We wouldn't get a second chance. I squeezed the trigger, the bullet tearing clean through its shoulder. The ghost roared, a sound that shook the air, and charged. Caleb fired, hitting its side, but it kept coming, tusks flashing. We dove apart as it barreled past, missing us by inches. The dogs lunged, but I yanked them back. No way they'd survive those tusks. The boar stumbled, blood pouring from its wounds, and collapsed into the stream, its breaths fading to nothing. Silence returned, heavier than ever. Ever taken down something that felt bigger than the hunt itself? Tell us your story below. Join our members for uncut footage of this kill, including the moment the ghost fell, plus our gear set up for high-stakes shots. By dusk, we'd hauled the ghost carcass back to camp, a grueling task that left us drenched in sweat and river water. Locals gathered, wide-eyed, snapping photos of the beast. They'd been right, it was a legend, and now it was ours. But the valley held more secrets. Our trail cams had caught new tracks overnight, smaller but numerous, heading toward the cliffs. The hunt wasn't over. That night, around the campfire, Caleb cleaned his rifle while I reviewed the footage. The dogs slept, exhausted but unharmed. The valley stretched out below, dark and endless. We'd taken down the ghost, but those scattered boars were still out there. And locals whispered about more than just pigs, coyotes, maybe a rogue bear.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.